implemented their Forex AI,
М.
but
Мы работаем, мы работаем и выбрали брокера, провайдера ликвидности, и все это делается с нашей стороны. Поэтому Endotech не имеет никакого отношения к той ситуации, которая возникла сейчас с фондами и с ликвидностью. Это не их ответственность, и у них нет никакой вообще информации, которой мы с ними бы не поделились. Поэтому мы, как сообщество, э, м, э, к Endotech не нужно обращаться для этими решений. У нас краундфандинг для Endotech, для того, чтобы разработать искусственный интеллект, который был разработан. Это замечательная новость. Эти разработки продолжаются. Все идет, но ничего не поменялось сейчас в дорожной карте. Ничего не поменялись.
Folytatjuk a részvényeknek a dolgait. Semmi nem változott a tervükben, az
one of
Endotechnek
the
a terve.
one of the translators off there. That was Hungarian, I believe, right?
Да, что-то произошло, у нас небольшой
Yeah,
сбой
it
в
was me
переводе.
Hungarian on the main channel.
Okay.
Да.
Uh,
Хорошо.
the development
Да,
of
итак,
the
все
AI,
разработки
the company's vision to the
компании,
public,
видение
all of those
компании,
things are
все
still
эти
in motion,
вещи
still taking place.
остаются на
Sometimes
месте,
it's newer than
неизменны,
it's ever been
и
done
мы
before.
сейчас занимаемся чем-то
Finding
совершенно
that
уникальным. Такого
accomplishment is
никогда не было.
accelerated.
Э,
Challenges that arise
И
that you didn't
возникают,
know
конечно,
you could
проблемы, мы не можем
physically create.
предсказать, с чем мы можем
Dr. Anna and her
столкнуться,
team just
поэтому
continue to
доктор
move
Анна и
forward.
команда
And
продолжают
we've been on the
работать,
phone with
продолжают
Dr. Anna on
продвигаться
a
вверх.
regular basis, getting the
Мы
updates,
регулярно
and
общаемся
we're
с
very
доктором
happy to
Анной,
hear what he's
получаем
doing.
от нее новую информацию. Очень рады,
As
что она
we
подключилась
celebrate
к нам
what
сегодня.
Endotech is doing with the
И
vision that Dr. Anna
это
has, we
видение и
support
стратегия,
whatever the
которая
journey is,
была
whatever the process is. The great
разработана
news
изначально, мы это
is
поддерживаем. Замечательная
they,
новость в
when
том,
they
что
achieve the final
когда они
results that
получили
they're going for,
окончательный результат, к
and we
которому они
go live
стремились,
with our
мы
funding proposal,
выходили
we're
уже
going to be
на
able
рынок с
to
нашей моделью
utilize
финансирования. У нас
vision
была
of
возможность
AI, not just in the
утилизировать,
crypto side, but
применить не
also in the
только
Forex side,
криптосторону, но
and it's
и
going to be
сторону
a part of
валютного
our
обмена, Форекса,
portfolio in the future as well.
проекты.
So,
И в
Dr.
будущем это
Anna,
будет
thank you
иметь
for being with
большие
us here
результаты.
today.
Большое
We'll
спасибо,
turn it
доктор
over
Анна,
to you.
что вы с
Yeah,
нами
thank you so much,
сегодня.
Jeremy.
Передаем вам слово.
And
Большое спасибо,
thank you.
Джереми. Для меня тоже очень
I
интересно
really
и
got the
очень
floor
важно было
today.
вернуться.
So, to be honest,
Сегодня, извините, у меня
I think
немножко
it has taken
першит в
off
горле,
because
немножко небольшая простуда,
again, some
но
technical
ситуация,
difficulties
да, тут
ongoing. So, what I wanted to
нелегкая у
say
нас,
is,
но нужно
again, I would like
сказать
to
еще
reiterate again
и
that
повторить,
Endotech
что
and
Endotech
me being a CEO of Endotech is a
и
SaaS software
это
development
программное
company.
обеспечение
We have been
как услуга
striving
SaaS, то
to
есть это
develop
разработчики. Просто мы
their business
заказали
with the
у
idea of
них
getting out of trading,
воплощение
getting
очень
control
амбициозной
and
идеи,
launch to market
общий
prediction.
подход на базе
And
передовой технологии.
the
И
project of crowdfunding was really one that
проект
helped us
краудфандинга помог нам как раз
to
в
put this
этом,
idea into action.
помог
And
воплотить
it's a
эту
little bit
идею
history.
в реальности.
The idea of
Немного
crowdfunding is the
предыстории.
first technology
Рыночные
was called Дейзи, and
прогнозирования
the
основаны на
crowdfunding
технологии
project was
Дейзи,
called Дейзи.
и
And
проект
during
тоже мы
this
назвали Дейзи.
stage,
И
we
во время
developed
этого этапа мы
infrastructure and made
разрабатывали специальные,
to put this idea.
разрабатывали саму концепцию
Based
и
on
обосновывали эту
proof of
концепцию.
concept
Proof of
approach
concept
for
мы
analyzing the
разработали.
market. And
Это
we
подход
looked
к
at using
прогнозированию
fundamental,
рынка, когда
very
мы
minimalistic
берем
fundamental analysis
минималистический фундаментальный
and
анализ
achieve
ценовых
exceptional
показателей,
results.
который
And
дает
that's
нам
exactly
исключительные
what happened.
результаты. И вот как раз что
And
произошло.
right now I would just like to show you some
Сейчас мы
pictures
хотели бы
of this
показать вам
huge
скриншоты
infrastructure that
вот
we
этой огромной
created.
инфраструктуры,
And what
которую
we
мы
have here
создали.
about
Здесь идет речь о
literally thousands of
фактически
different
тысячах
elements and
различных
AI modules
элементов,
working together
модулей, и которые
and
работают вместе,
analyzing the
которые и
market.
анализируют
And again,
рынок.
it takes
И
from
опять же,
two things. One is
это сделано
about
из
how
двух
people view
вещей.
the
Первое —
market,
то, как люди
but
смотрят на рынок,
how
как говорят о
people run the
рынке, как они
market.
думают
So
о
from
рынке,
that perspective,
с фундаментальной точки зрения. И второе — это уже технические точки зрения, это чарты и таблицы. Итак, первый проект предназначен для создания основной концепции, когда вы создаете общий подход, когда вы рассматриваете все элементы, ИИ сможет помочь вам понять саму ситуацию на рынке и конъюнктуру рынка. Позвольте, сейчас я покажу вам свой экран какой-то. Мне потребуется, чтобы открыть свой экран. Одну секунду. Итак, вот это модуль ИИ, который мы используем. Вы можете видеть целый ряд категорий, различных элементов. Доктор Анна, мы, к сожалению, не видим ваш экран.
Okay, now we see.
Yeah.
Вот сейчас мы видим. Да, спасибо. Итак, что мы можем здесь видеть? Это наш главный модуль рыночного прогнозирования. Здесь несколько элементов. Если мы посмотрим на основные стратегии, они основаны на тысячах различных элементов. Различных основывается на разных элементах.
Recording in progress.
But instead of reading the information from 100% of the sources, they would read from 50. And then what would happen to you is sometimes you would get into the ChatGPT and you could not trust it because you know that the information that you're expecting, this 50% of additional information, is not coming. So this is exactly what's happening to us with this project. The first part was to put in 50% of the information from the technical analysis and a little bit of fundamental. Now we're working on the second phase of putting all fundamental analysis in order for us to have market prediction based on both angles, because you have lots of investors and lots of traders that use fundamental analysis, their primary tool, okay? So let me show you example of what we do with fundamental analysis. So first of all, we need to read all the news, okay? Of course, you need to understand how people think about the market, what they do with the market. Whenever some whale placed in order, you can see it from multiple angles. You can see it from the blockchain. You can see it from moving of funds. You have different websites, but you also can read it in the news. And it gives you the understanding of how other people react to this and what will happen as a reaction to this condition. But the next phase is, so first of all, this phase is pretty complicated because you need to read all this news, and not as a person, but as a machine, you need to categorize it and to understand to what type of topic, what type of theme it can be tagged to. So we're working with two additional teams that are specializing in this AI elements and to tag and classify. It's pretty much we're using it already in our sentiment, but in our sentiment, you're taking all these different stimulus. We're talking about literally, let's say, 10 categories, within each 10 of the categories, another 10 categories, and some of them relevant, some of them not relevant. Just think about this, like the basic ones, like interest rate, employment, geopolitical events, wealth manipulation. But within each of them, there's so much details that you need to put into model in order to understand how it will affect Bitcoin, how it will affect other markets. And our approach is not to be focused on cryptocurrency. Our approach is, again, as we're looking at the model of ChatGPT, is to say, cryptocurrency is just part of other asset classes. It's part of other market opportunities and abilities for the traders to invest and investors to invest. So we are literally looking at all market space and at all different political and economic events and creating market prediction for each theme separately. And then we're looking at all markets and we're seeing the movement of funds between these markets. And that's what makes the missing link for us that we're working on. So from one side, it's extremely exciting because, you know, we are finding different companies and doing part of the job. We're trying to cooperate with some, but nobody is trying to look at this as, you know, holistic approach and try to put everything into action. And again, we are not a theoretical company, we are business, you know. So what we do is every time we find some missing part of the puzzle, we put it in, we test it on live algorithms, and we see how it's working. So again, it's not a theoretical play of let's prove to the world that market prediction is possible. It's more of, listen, guys, this part of the information is not put in correctly. Why? Or this part of information was missing, or this part of the news was missing. So as Jeremy correctly said, it's immense task, but is not as big as not possible. So without timelines, I can still say that we have hopes for it to be ended fairly soon. And once it's done, you know, given that we get some decent track record, you know, the doors are open for any ideas, and, you know, going public, doing other steps, everything is open. We're also functioning as a business. We have clients, we have institutional and retail, and but the main focus is still remaining on the development and completion of the project. So again, thank you for funding the initial phase. It was amazing to be together and to see how technology that we created shows the results. And again, now it's a new, very exciting phase of being able to show the market prediction. And every time it's right, it's exciting. Every time it's wrong, it gives us opportunity to look deeper and to figure out why. But it's very, very exciting to see technology doing these things. So thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Дейзи team.
Thank you, Dr. Anna. And every time I see what you guys are doing, it's so exciting. We guys, great things are worth great challenges, and your great results require a great journey. And it's been a great journey these last 3.5 years in this process of development. And we're nearing the finish line, and it's going to be exciting. And we get asked a lot of times, you know, from the community, you know, what's the process for Endotech going public and these types of things. And guys, this is phase one. This is step one, right? Step one is let's complete so that we have a amazing product that's proven, that's live in the open marketplace. This is also where the fund model will come in. It will be a live institutional fund that is able to reflect results and share those results as we prepare for either institutional partnerships with Endotech or taking Endotech public. Both of those are great scenarios for the future of this project. But this is a long-term project, guys. We anchored ourselves into the foundation of a long-term project. And Dr. Anna, your relentless commitment to the vision, navigating many challenges along the way, and continuing to be dedicated to this process. We thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Glad everybody is safe, and we know that some great things are coming. So thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Edward, Ilya, it's just exciting every time I'm having flashbacks of all of the presentations at the events and the webinars and the journey along the way with Dr. Anna and Endotech. But it is exciting to see things unfolding.
Yeah, I remember about 4 years ago, not about exactly 4 years ago, we were preparing to launch. We had dates to launch, and we did not launch in that day, and then moved to another day, and then moved to another. And here we are. Now 4 years later, we thought this project's going to take a lot. Like I personally thought it's going to take a couple of years. Way underestimate how complicated and how big this project is. But we're gonna make this very big success story.
Yeah, that's for sure. Jeremy, when you said that we started 3.5 years, I kind of like also thought like Edward, we started 4 years already, right? 4 years ago we started. But yes, we started funding the project a little bit more than 3.5 years ago, right? So when we launched in January. Soon it's going to be 4 years since we started. Time goes really fast. And it turned out to be much more complicated than we thought at the beginning, right? because we initially put in the roadmap also that, you know, the plan was couple years, but took us like 3 years for crowdfunding, and then it's still not complete, right? But we know we're gonna get to the finish line, and it was so good to see Dr. Anna finally, you know. So many people ask for this call, just wanted to see Dr. Anna, you know, just like at the very beginning when we launched Дейзи, people didn't believe that Dr. Anna was a real person. So it's the same now, right? So Dr. Anna, thanks again for joining us and giving this update. I think it's like really very precious for our community.
Awesome. All right, let's bring Danil on. Danil, if you want to turn your camera on there, I believe he's with us. Danil is the best, gets the best dressed award for the day. Good to see you, man. And we got some great updates for you guys as well on the registration and licensing of the fund and the brokerage, and we'll talk more about that. But guys, as you know, this is a big part of our roadmap, and being able to launch the fund model to be able to move into that institutional environment, and after the situation that we're going through right now, really be able to develop and establish direct relationships with the liquidity providers as well, and make sure that we are never in this situation again. This is top priority to us right now. So Danil, it's been I guess over 18 months now, Danil, that we've been in this process now, and it feels really good to know that any day now we will have the official license and registration completed. So hey, we'll throw it over to you, man, to give us some updates.
Well, how you want to do it? So me just talking, or you want to do it in a more like a Q&A format now?
Well, it's up to you. I guess, I guess let's start with, give us some updates on, I guess, the two things to start out with, just so we can kind of back up and have some clarity. What is it that we are getting? What will it allow us to do on the license? I know there's multiple licenses that we are securing. And what is the timeline then of those being officially completed? And then what are our next steps after that? Once we have the licenses, what are our next steps after that to get prepared to move forward?
Well, I start from the last part. As usual, you know, one thing is what you plan, and the other thing is what actually is going on. So that's why the next steps are intertwining now with the KYC and licensing, because ideally I had in mind that it will be step by step, but now due to the fact that it went, let's call it, a bit over the schedule, that's why we need to probably make some adjustments. But I will remind that the licensing is basically a broker-dealer license, which allows not only the trading, but it also allows the asset management. And that's why you like to call it a fund-like license. Well, actually, it is a broker-dealer license with the right of asset management, yeah? So, and yeah, that will be the main entity holding the funds and operating with liquidity providers and with the softwares of trading, etc. Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, I checked my calendar. The last time I was on the call, I think it was the end of May or beginning of June. So it's not something super interesting, yeah, but actually it goes back and forth with the regulatory body. So we've been doing these rounds now, 4 rounds, and the questions are getting the narrower and the narrower. And you estimate a couple of days because we passed the last round of questions a couple of weeks ago, and from there it was we haven't received any more questions, so our hopes are high. But also I did some background check. Why is it that it takes a long time? And it turned out that this broker-dealer industry is really also getting fully licensed, meaning that they do not like unlicensed entities. And the jurisdictions where we are applying are with a great value. And so there are a lot of companies in line waiting for a license, and they're just overwhelmed with the workload. So, but yeah, I like, as you, I'm also like hoping to hear news any day now. And if initially they issued like pre-license, meaning that you got the pre-license, then you had to show your operating capability, and then you got the final license. Then now they switched it. Basically, they're already issuing a license, but it has the requirements like open bank accounts, have liquidity, etc., etc. And so as soon as we have license, we can finalize onboarding on all of those service providers. And then basically this entity is up and running and ready.
Awesome. Well, that's good. And that ties into the KYC process too. I know that you have been working with the KYC company, the software company, and one of the people have asked, well, why are we waiting on the KYC to go live? The biggest reason for that, guys, is we are allowing people with multiple wallets to be able to KYC and integrate multiple accounts into a singular account in preparation for the fund model, so that you can come in as one user with one account, and all of your multiple accounts, multiple wallets will be KYC'd into that singular account. And that just makes it easier for the administration side, and puts us in a legal structure for the fund model as well. So because of that, it's a unique situation. The KYC company, first of all, had to custom build the software in order to accommodate what we needed it to do, and custom build that software to be able to interact with the blockchain, to be able to interact with the wallets, the wallet addresses, and talk back to the blockchain. And so that process has been completed on the KYC software side. Now it's been handed over to our team, and our team is working on their end to complete the integration, and not just the integration, but also the custom code needed on our end to now accomplish the same goal, to be able to take people that have multiple accounts and say these 7 different accounts, for example, belong to one person and are ultimately accessible through a single wallet. So it's a process, but we expect that we are a couple weeks or so away from being able to go live with that. It's a top priority now that it's back in the hands as of this weekend with our team, and they are completing that process. So the KYC is a very important part of the process for everyone. This is for the equity and endotech. This is for the exit wallets. This is for those that continue to remain active and are participating in the fund model as we move forward. That's all connected to the KYC. So please be on standby. We'll make announcements in the official channel once the KYC is live, and you will be able to KYC multiple wallets. You'll be able to come in and KYC multiple wallets, connecting them to a single KYC, and we'll be making announcements on that. So Danil, any other news or anything else you want to share?
Maybe on the KYC. So yeah, as Jeremy told, that the more detailed instruction will follow a couple of days before we start. But I will maybe emphasize on the fact that we are not allowing multiple wallets, but we're actually demanding, I would say. So basically, each and every member will have a KYC case. So he or she will have to add all the wallets to this KYC case. And during this case, all of those wallets will be consolidated under one person. So if you're entering the KYC process as a 7 wallet holder, then you're exiting this process as a one person who is linked to the new structure. And that's actually the hard part of the building the KYC, because yeah, we can just run everybody by the KYC, but we then won't know that they actually are the holders of the wallets. So that's why the system is built that during the KYC process, a person will prove on a blockchain that he is actually holding the wallet, that he has the access to this wallet, and on the outer end, yeah, he will be basically one wallet, one person, and it will make life a lot easier in new structure.
Awesome. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you being on the call with us today. Thanks for all the work that you're doing, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
All right, let's move on. And so, guys, obviously the biggest question everyone is asking and wanting to know is, hey, are there any updates on the situation with the brokerage and the liquidity provider? And again, as always, the details of this, we're not able to share the details. Obviously, guys, it's a very sensitive situation, and we have a team of people that have been working diligently to get to the bottom of it. We got what is potentially some good news this week. We're waiting for some updates that'll be coming that we've been waiting for. And so things are moving. Things are moving in what looks like the right direction. We don't want to make any time frame promises or anything like that. Just know that this is the top priority for us, is to, first of all, take care of the exit wallets, and then transition the liquidity into the fund model where we have control over that liquidity from this point moving forward. And so we're working diligently to do that. We're talking about a large amount, guys. We're not talking about a small amount of funds. We're talking about a very large set of transactions. One question that we've been asked by a lot of people is, hey, I'm a part of the exit wallets. Why can't we just put our funds back into trading while we're waiting on the exits? Well, the reason is we have already initiated that withdrawal. We've already withdrawn those funds out of trading, and we've moved them into the process of withdrawal. And so if we were to cancel that withdrawal process and put those funds back in trading, it would only further delay all of the work that we've been doing to get those funds released. And so that's the reason why. That being said, we do have a great announcement to make today for the exit wallets. This was recommended by the leaders and something we're excited to do. For the exit wallets, we are going to reduce the performance fee from 30% to 20%. And so the performance fee, it'll still pay the 15% out in the rewards plan. Nothing changes there, but that performance fee will be reduced from 30% to 20% for all of the exit wallets. And moving forward in the fund model, the performance fee will continue to be 20% instead of 30% moving forward. So those are, some updates that I think are good news for everybody. And of course, we're going to keep everybody posted. What's really important is that we have all of this infrastructure in place. What's really important is that when the KYC goes live, everybody moves quickly to complete that KYC. And this will make the entire process smoother moving forward and offset any other future potential delays as well. So, Edward, Ilya, any other thoughts that I left out there?
Well, there's a lot of good stuff that we cannot talk about yet, but other than that, you covered, I think, pretty much everything.
Yes.
Awesome. We put a little slide together just to review the announcements. Let me pull that up real quick let's just review what we went over here today. So again, the first of all, just on Endotech, guys, the mission never changes. Endotech is working diligently to bring a final version of the Дейзи AI to the market, and continues to complete the development and continues to prepare to take the company public after proving the final version of the AI in the open markets. Endotech has no role in the current situation with the broker and the liquidity providers. Endotech is a SaaS company that provided its AI system to the crowdfunding members of Дейзи. And so it was great to hear from Dr. Anna today. And we look forward to some further great news as we move into the fund model. The fund and the broker's license, the ultimate roadmap for Дейзи is to launch our fully licensed and registered fund and operate as our own brokerage in direct relationship with the liquidity providers. This has been an 18-month process, and we expect the final license to be officially registered any day now. Once completed, we will begin to set up the banking relationships, the liquidity partner relationships, and prepare to launch the long-awaited fund model. The KYC required custom development in order to allow those with multiple wallets to be able to migrate to a single account. The development is completed, and now the KYC software is being implemented into the back office and coded for wallet migration. Within the next few weeks, the KYC for all Дейзи members will go live. This applies to exit wallets as well as active members. And for those that are in the category of exit wallets, due to the unexpected delays in the exit wallets, we're going to reduce the performance fees from 30% to 20%. While we cannot share details at this time, we've made progress with the liquidity providers and are working on multiple solutions to be able to receive the requested funds from the brokerage as quickly as possible. The current situation is beyond our control, but the team is working diligently to solve the situation and position us to move forward with the fund model. So, Edward, you've always maintained such a powerful mindset through all of the challenges that we've gone through over these last 4 years. You really have some strong philosophies and principles that guide your life and guide your thinking when it comes to facing challenges and having the right mindset during those challenges. I think, this is a great opportunity. The community, certainly we know there's been disappointment, there's been frustration, there's been questions that people have had along the way. But I'll tell you this, the leaders in the community have been so strong, so powerful to continue to just stand and manage and navigate, right, the challenges. For the most part, the community has been incredibly positive and incredibly standing strong with us. Obviously, guys, there's no one that carries more weight on their shoulders in these challenges than we do, right? There's a lot of responsibility and a lot of expectations that we are responsible for. And so this situation is the biggest challenge that we've ever been through
Самая
as well.
большая проблема для нас, с которой мы сталкивались, и мы как сообщество продолжаем с ней работать, продолжаем двигаться, мы как лидеры, как руководители просим вас продолжать свою работу с вот этим правильным настроем. Эдвард, вы сказали, да, может быть, вы от себя добавите несколько слов, где мы находимся, куда мы идем и как нам сохранять вот хладнокровие и мышление в этих условиях. Вы знаете, Джереми, да, в любом бизнесе или в жизни всегда есть проблемы, всегда есть трудности. И без трудностей нет и достижений. Поэтому, если мы поставим какую-то перед собой большую цель, мы должны быть готовы к трудностям. И вчера или несколько дней назад я с вами уже общался, Джейми, мы говорили вот об этих трудностях, о проблемах, с которыми мы сталкиваемся. Мы знаем, что происходит, мы все понимаем, мы смотрим, что мы видим уже финишную линию. Мы должны это закончить, мы должны преодолеть эти трудности. И сейчас вот очень идет активная работа, и мы спрашиваем, ребята, вы готовы к следующему вопросу? Это может быть следующее. Пока мы преодолеем первый этап, там пойдут другие работы, другие трудности. Мы должны быть готовы. И поэтому мы пока не преодолеем этот этап, мы не можем перейти на следующий. Это неизбежно. Это больше связано с философией. Вот как я это вижу. Когда я вижу трудность, я вижу проблему, я вижу что-то еще большее позади нее. И очевидно, есть какие-то необязательные затраты, да, и трудности, какие-то, может быть, ошибки, которые можно было не делать. Ну, ошибки бывают, они случаются, но когда трудность возникает такого плана, через который мы пытаемся сейчас пройти, честно говоря, я бы не назвал это ошибкой. Это все-таки другая ситуация, да. И вот я смотрю на это так.
I eat, I sleep, I breathe,
У меня есть
this is the
потребности
biggest,
основные.
this
Это
is the biggest
дышать,
focus. And I know three
пить,
of us, we serve on
есть,
different fronts.
ну,
We
в
have
общем,
some
жить, да,
other
это
projects
основной
like
фокус. Но у нас
launches.
есть другие
This is
проекты,
our
которые мы
biggest
называем.
focus to
Но вот основной
focus.
фокус на эти вот
So
основные наши
make sure it's
чувства, да.
solid.
И пока мы там не решим
We
трудностей
had
в основных
100%
наших
success rate,
потребностях, мы не можем на
high feedback,
100%
and I
пойти
know the
дальше.
whole
И я знаю, я
community
чувствую,
believes
что
in the
все
team.
сообщество смотрит
Because
сейчас
we're
на нас
staying
и смотрит на
connected,
эти
trying
сложности.
to
Мы
get along
остаемся,
like
остаемся в контакте с людьми. И они понимают,
There's
большинство
a
понимает, что
really,
как только мы не решим вот эти проблемы, мы пойдем дальше. Существует
for a lot of people it's hard, right?
для многих,
To
наверное,
be
сложно
catered
с первого
to
раза
not only
понять,
for
чтобы иметь возможность
to solve
сфокусироваться
it,
на большой
but
проблеме.
also to be able to
Также очень
continue and
важно
live and build
продолжать
something else. You
и
can't
строить
just
что-то другое. Вы не можете
get
просто
sidetracked from one challenge
отстраниться,
and leave
обойти
about this
одну
challenge.
проблему, как-то и
Even
оставить
though
ее
it's the
позади. Нет,
biggest, any of
если
the
даже она
solutions that you
большая,
can impart, you
если
still
все
have to
правильно
build.
делать, по-прежнему
You
вам
still have to build your other
нужно
life. And
строить и
we're
другую
talking
жизнь,
about this, what
правильно?
we're doing right
И
here.
вот о
You
чем мы говорим
can't just
сейчас. Вы не можете просто
stop everything and
все
only focus
остановить, все
this.
бросить и сфокусироваться только на этом.
That's how
Вот
all
как
work. That's
люди
how if
чувствовали. Это
this
как
is the
вот люди...
mindset
Нет, если это
we would
такое
have,
мышление, так как,
we
как
would
бы,
be in
мы
deep,
не
deep,
сможем,
all of us, not three
мы
of us. We would be
погрузимся
all in deep problem, but
очень
we're not
глубоко в
there.
эту проблему. Мы, слава богу, мы не
On the
там,
bright side,
мы
we're
идем
not
правильным
in the tunnel.
путем.
You see the
И
light
если
and it's like
мы проходим
blinking,
туннель,
but it's just
видим
about to exit.
свет, то есть мы знаем,
That's
куда двигаться,
how
где выход.
I am where
Вот
we're at,
как я
and
это вижу. Может быть,
yeah,
да, это
that's just
не
what I
всегда
would say.
просто, но так вот я бы это
No,
сформулировал.
it's so true, Edward.
Хорошо, очень интересно. Да,
Let a
как
challenge paralyze us.
если
If
вы
we're letting the
даете
challenge
проблеме парализовать нас,
if we let the
мы
challenge define
не
our life,
сможем найти рост.
we
Если
let the
мы
challenge
поддадимся
we let the
проблеме, она нас
challenge
победит, то мы не сможем выиграть. Если
dictate
проблема
our
будет диктовать нам
truths, our beliefs,
наши
our
чаяния и
energy, if we
понимания,
let the
нашу энергию
challenge do it,
забирать,
right, the whole
мы поддадимся и не
journey is to
сможем
have
выиграть.
authority over the challenge, to have power
Поэтому,
over the
если у
challenge,
нас
to be able
есть
to
силы для того, чтобы
look at the
преодолеть
mountains that
это,
we face
если мы видим
and
перед
tell
собой
those
гору,
mountains to move those
и
mountains.
мы
And
можем их сдвинуть, если
this is
мы
a powerful part of the journey
объединим
is strengthening
усилия.
your
Мы
internal
должны
muscles,
усилить наши
strengthening
внутренние
your
силы, наши мускулы, напрячь
positive
как-то,
energy muscles,
направить
discipline
позитивную
and
энергию,
all of those things
дисциплинировать
that are
свой
involved.
мозг,
So we know
все свои
that
усилия.
what
Мы
doesn't
знаем,
kill us makes
что
us stronger, right?
так бы, что нас не убивает, делает нас сильнее. Это же известное выражение.
Pain is a
Поэтому,
necessary
конечно,
gift
боль —
that
это
nobody
какой-то
wants.
дар, который, конечно, никто не
Ever
хочет
hearing that quote
получать, но без него никак.
Pain is a
Я
necessary
вот слышал, что кто-то это говорил несколько лет назад мне, что если ты хочешь преодолеть трудности, чтобы вырасти, обязательно будет больно. Никогда не хочет, никто не хочет, чтобы было больно, никто не хочет показать этого, и никому это не нравится. Но чтобы что-то добиться, нужно быть к этому готовым. Это обязательная часть процесса, которая делает нас только сильнее и готовит нас к дальнейшим шагам, к дальнейшим достижениям. И мы как раз идем этим путем. Конечно, мы извлекаем уроки из этого процесса, и они готовят нам к тому, что ждет нас в будущем. И это действительно готовит нас к тому, что мы получим более впечатляющие результаты и перейдем на новый уровень. Илья, может быть, в заключении вы хотели бы что-то еще добавить? Да, Джереми, я помню, это было в Африке, по-моему, когда вы говорили о разочаровании, которое ведет к цели. Может быть, вы к назначению, да? Мне очень понравились ваши слова на английском, которые вы сказали. Сейчас вот, может быть, все наше сообщество, многие люди, которые присоединились к нам, чувствуют разочарование в той ситуации, в которую мы попали. Но мне очень нравилось, что говорил Эдвард. Что-то мы не можем контролировать, да, мы не можем тратить всю энергию на то, что мы не можем контролировать, да, потому что это тогда будет неправильное использование энергии. Нам нужно сфокусироваться на том, что мы можем контролировать, что мы можем исправить, может быть, другой бизнес, ну, или коммуникация с новыми людьми, какие-то поиски каких-то новых решений. Мы не можем позволить себе тратить энергию впустую, безрезультатно. И 100% этот принцип относится не только к бизнесу, но и к жизни в целом, к семье, к друзьям, к дружбе, все, что у нас есть в жизни. И, Джереми, еще раз, может, это сложно будет перевести с английского, но вот как это звучит на английском, это впечатляюще. То есть disappointment, то есть разочарование ведет к назначению. Это очень мощный слоган, очень мощный лозунг нашего сообщества. Да, может быть, нам на футболке нужно будет его изобразить в следующий раз. Да, да, есть две вещи. Мы должны знать, как дисциплинировать наши разочарования. Может быть, так. Если есть какое-то разочарование, нам нужно все это дисциплинировать. Нам нужно сохранять контроль, даже и происходит разочарование. Если мы этого добиваемся, ваше разочарование становится вашими достижениями или назначениями. Вот само слово disappointment становится appointment, то есть назначением. То есть что-то, что звучит как плохое, да, переворачивается, наоборот, на хорошую сторону. И если, например, каждое препятствие, что ли, делает вас сильнее, когда вы его преодолеваете. Может быть, так, Эдвард и я, мы встречались, мы подружились в свое время в одном проекте, мы участвовали, и тогда у нас было огромное разочарование. Да, и в тот момент вот как раз и пришло вот это понимание, что вот это разочарование привело нас к новым вершинам, что ли. Так, мы стали друзьями, стали партнерами, и теперь мы работаем вместе. Никогда нельзя знать, что произойдет вот как бы за горизонтом, да, что вас поджидает там. Ну, поэтому нужно работать дальше. Когда вы дисциплинируете ваше разочарование станет для вас преимуществом. И поверьте, пожалуйста, это так действительно произошло с нами в проекте Дейзи. Это тоже произойдет обязательно. И большое вам спасибо, друзья. Мы вас любим. Мы сделаем своевременные объявления касательно следующих шагов. И я чувствую здесь синергию, я чувствую энтузиазм. Это замечательно, поскольку у нас все движется. С нашей стороны работа идет, мы видим результат, и мы как можно раньше придем к вам обратно с нашими объявлениями. Большое спасибо за сегодняшнюю встречу. Большое спасибо. Всего хорошего.